Our 2-week Iceland journey in a camper van featuring the Ring Road and the Westfjords. We will cover the route and itinerary. We will show our daily routes, distances traveled, and time it took. We will cover the major sites, the campgrounds we visited, and some of our activities. Our journey began in Keflavik, where we stayed a few nights to get over our jet lag and to see some of the sights. We picked up our van in Keflavik, got supplies, and we found the GARÐUR Lighthouse campground, which was not very far from the volcano where we were headed the next day. We were lucky that the volcano was erupting on the days that we had planned our trip. Bobby Fischer, one of the world's greatest chess players, was buried in SELFOSS, Iceland. I would advise to bring really good rain gear, including a good raincoat and rain pants. we saw a van of climbers getting ready to climb this glacier. It was nice to take a boat out into the fjord and see the icebergs up close. The hike to SKOGAFOSS is steep and fairly long, but it's well worth it. We found a national park campsite on the shores of Lake ATLAVIK. There were hardly any people, it was really beautiful, and it was well equipped. The Bach baths were really nice. We went there early in the morning around 10 a.m. so there were hardly any people. It was next to an ice cold lake, so you could dip into the lake when you got too warm. They trained the astronauts that went to the moon in an area like this. SVÍNAFELL was another national park campground. It was very roomy and nice. The campground was part of this canyon that was formed by a giant fault. There are very long hikes here and shorter hikes, but it's a beautiful area at the head of the canyon. This was as far north as we got in Iceland. We were on the shores of the Greenland Sea, just north of the 66th degree latitude. Everyone that travels to Iceland should try to go on an Icelandic pony ride. They're beautiful animals, they have their own unique gait, and it's a really fun way to see the countryside. This crater is one of the most symmetrical craters in the world and also one of the largest of its kind. There are several campgrounds in this area, but we found this one allowed us to spread out a little bit, have our own space, and enjoy the views. Just don't ask me to pronounce it. MYVATN baths are large and extensive and very popular. We picked HVAMMSTANGI campground because it was about halfway between the Westfjords and the MYVATN area. Watch out for the sheep in the road. There are a lot of them. We stopped at Holmavik in order to see the Sorcery Museum. However, we discovered it was a really beautiful and picturesque town as well. felt like HEYDALUR was one of the best places we went to in Iceland. They had rooms, a restaurant, an awesome campground, and horses to ride. And they also had free hot springs and a swimming pool that you could go into, as well as outdoor hot springs. And oh, did I mention you could see humpback whales in the distant fjord? Out in this fjord, we were able to spot dozens of humpback whales and minke whales. It was quite a sight. TINGEYRI was full of surprises. It was a beautiful little town of about 200 people, but they did have ancient Viking ruins, a Viking ship, and we actually saw the northern lights from here. One of the main industries here is salmon farming, as you can see by the rings out in the fjord. They say that this falls is the jewel of the Westfjords. There are a surprising number of hot springs in the Westfjords. We just Googled hot springs near me and we found this one. It was free, it was natural, and it was really nice. The sand gets its orange color from crushed scallop shells. This part of the road was steep, over a 10% grade. narrow and unpaved. We came to this town due to the hot springs pool and the hot springs tubs. However, they were closed that day. However, we were excited to visit the bird refuge where there were swans, waterfowl, and ptarmigans. This was our last full day as we needed to head back to Reykjavík in order to turn in the van the next morning. We found this public hot springs at Craney's, complete with an outdoor shower. We needed to be by the airport so we could rent a car to do our Golden Circle trip at the end of our van journey. So we ended up back at the lighthouse. If you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.